Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
Two wives were punished for Kody Brown's poor management of the Sister Wives Coyote Pass payout. Since the first episode of Sister Wives Season 19 aired in September 2024, the Brown family's Coyote Pass property has been a source of heated debate. Kody Brown bought the land for $820,000 in 2018 when he decided on a whim to move his family from Las Vegas to Flagstaff. Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, as well as their children, were to live in separate homes on the 14-acre plot, which was intended to be a compound. However, Kody's relationship with his first three wives began to change while the Coyote Pass property was being built, and they all left him one by one. This meant that Kody's dream would never come true. Even though they had contributed financially to the purchase, the catch was that his ex-girlfriends had no legal claim to the property because there was no legal recognition of their unions with Kody. Mary and Janelle ended up getting the short end of the stick because Kody did everything in his power to turn this dispute into a long, drawn-out battle instead of keeping things fair. Kody Brown's manipulation became a symbol in the Coyote Pass property. Christine might have been the only one to get out of this situation without enduring the emotional turmoil that Mary and Janelle had. When Christine decided to leave Kody in 2021, she sold her share of the property back to him for $10, and that was the end of it. This was because Christine wanted to leave her past behind and begin a new life, and she believed that giving up her fair share of the land was a trade that she was willing to make. However, Janelle and Mary clearly did not want to do that, particularly given Kody's unfavorable treatment of them throughout their marriages. Mary and Janelle both considered the Coyote Pass property to be a significant financial asset. Selling their shares would mean giving up any potential value in the future. However, Kody deliberately halted the sale process in spite of their requests in order to maintain control over his ex-wives. He almost seemed to ensure that Janelle and Mary could never truly cut him off and move on by holding on to the property. Given that Kody has a history of emotionally manipulating his former wives and guilt-tripping them into doing what he wants them to do, this shouldn't come as a surprise. The move to Flagstaff is the most notable example. Janelle and Mary insisted that each of them had a 25% stake, while Kody initially stated that he owned the majority of the land. Starcasm reported that Kody divided the property in March 2025, resulting in all four owners owning the two larger plots jointly. But even with the land divided more equally, Janelle and Mary were still ultimately dependent on Kody and Robyn's decision for the final sale. Kody's previous wives had larger shares of the land, but they had no real influence over them. With the most, Kody and Robyn Brown left. The former plural family finally sold their disputed land in April 2025 for $1,500,000, which resulted in a $680,000 profit, per the U.S. Sunday. Following the sale, the profits were divided among the four owners, but the split wasn't entirely equal. After splitting their $750,000 share, Mary and Janelle each received approximately $325,000. Kody and Robyn, on the other hand, fared much better and were awarded $750,000 in total. The land was sold in four parcels, two 2.42-acre plots that sold for $305,000 each, a 4.48-acre plot selling for $400,000, and a 5.16-acre plot selling for $490,000. What's more frustrating is that Kody and Robyn also walked away with the down payment on the land and its accrued equity. Because Robyn has always contributed less financially than the others, this gap is even more frustrating. Despite Janelle using her 401k to help Kody buy the property, she ended up getting a lesser share than Robyn. In a similar vein, Mary made a significant contribution to the wealth of the Brown family, but it is evident that this did not pay off well for her either. What can we expect in the future? Two possibilities exist. Janelle and Mary have a choice to make. They can choose to cut their losses and use this as an opportunity to move on with their lives, or they can file a lawsuit to get their fair share of the profits from the land. If they choose this route, it could give sister wives a reason to keep airing, especially now that the sister-wife dynamic has dissolved. With his former wives coming together to finally confront Robyn and Kody for their emotional and financial manipulation, this may be the perfect direction for the show. "I've changed my mind." Sister wives Robyn Brown feeling unaccepted by Kody's original wives destroyed the family. Her strategy of further isolating Kody and herself is not working. Sister wife star Robyn Brown was brought into the family years after Kody Brown's original marriages, changing the dynamics of the family entirely and leaving her with a chip on her shoulder about being accepted that eventually caused Kody's other relationships to crumble. Robyn became acquainted with Kody after her 2007 divorce from David Jessup. She joined the Brown family years after Kody's first 3 wives. With Mary Brown, Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown marrying Kody in the early to mid-1990s, the family grew quickly long before Robyn came into the picture and began stirring things up. Kody's marriages to his first 3 wives ended as Sister Wives season 19 progressed, while his marriage to Robyn was the only one that survived. Robyn and Kody's relationship have suffered, despite Kody's difficulties with the way his previous marriages ended. Robyn's involvement in Kody's difficulties with Christine, Janelle, and Mary has been overlooked by many, even though it was obvious that she was fine with Kody's first marriage's ending. Despite Robyn's appearance of heartbreak over the breakups, her emotions influenced Kody's actions and pushed his other marriages over the edge. Robyn only recently joined the plural marriage in the beginning of Sister Wives. Kody and Robyn were happy to be together, but it was clear that they had met in a very different way than Kody had found his first 3 wives. Robyn entered the family in a difficult position because Kody had been settled in his marriages to Mary, Janelle, and Christine for years prior to her arrival. While she was interested in plural marriage and wanted to join into a polygamist family, Robyn found Kody at a time in his life when he'd already become established. With the family already having welcomed several children, Kody and his wives working on an existing schedule, and major life changes continuing to come into play, the Sister Wives star joining into the family was less than convenient. Even though the first 3 wives said that they were open to Robyn, it was clear that their boundaries were being crossed when she joined their marriage. It was clear that Kody wanted Robyn in the family more than he wanted to honor the comfort and wishes of his previous wives, even though he appeared to be aware of the issues at play. Robyn experienced acceptance from Kody, but not from his wives. Despite Kody and Robyn's happiness, there was a distinct divide between the patriarch's first and current wives, which was frequently shown on Sister Wives. Robyn struggled to fit in with the women with whom she was attempting to start a family as Kody and Robyn explored their new relationship. When Robyn joined the picture, all 3 of Kody's first wives already had children, and Robyn herself had 3 children from a previous marriage. While the kids were accepted, it was an adjustment for the large family. Robyn's desire to be welcomed into the family with open arms was difficult for Mary, Janelle, and Christine to cope with, though they did their best to make her feel welcome and happy to be with them. Though the trio was happy to see Kody bringing another wife into the family, it was also something that jarred them as they hadn't all been aware he was searching for another wife. The women had progressed in their relationships prior to Robyn, so it was sometimes hard for them to accept Kody's new wife because she wasn't someone they had previously approved of. Robyn came out to get people's attention and sympathy. With Robyn feeling the cold shoulder from the women she wanted to join in plural marriage, she felt like she had to make it clear she was in the family to stay in order to get Kody's original wives to accept her. Robyn made herself known by getting involved in everything, even though it might have been just as simple to give the women some time to adjust. Robyn got her way, whether it was by putting her children ahead of Kody's other children, taking Christine's pregnancy before her honeymoon, or making Kody pay more attention to her. Despite the fact that Robyn had to be aware that this was not the best strategy for gaining favor with Kody's previous wives, it did work to some extent to focus Kody's attention on her requirements. Robyn has made things about herself that had nothing to do with her at all over the years by playing the victim in every circumstance. Though she may not have been trying to do so consistently, Robyn's ability to steal the spotlight anywhere she goes has become uncanny, but fascinating. Robyn has turned into someone who acts out in an effort to get attention of any kind in the hopes of being understood for her problems. Kody and Robyn have become more isolated than ever before. As Sister Wives has progressed, especially throughout Sister Wives season 19, Robyn has become more of a pot stirrer than ever, isolating her and Kody with his other marriages having ended. While Kody may still be going through a range of emotions about his marriage's ending, His relationship with Robyn is still very much at the forefront, which has been a positive for the couple. Though Kody's been dealing with his own emotions, sharing his betrayal with Robyn has been a big deal for the patriarch as he's moved through the toughest of times. This has made their sometimes difficult relationship stronger. Kody has been persuaded for years to behave badly toward his other wives by Robyn, who has stated that she would not want to live outside of plural marriage. Robyn has pushed Kody in the direction she wanted him to go for years, shifting his schedule so that he sees them less and making sure he spent as much time as possible with her children. Robyn's strong marriage has strengthened her relationship with Kody, despite the fact that this may have caused her sister wives to leave the family. The Sister Wives actress has achieved her goal. Sister Wives, the most recent comments that Janelle Brown made about her marriage to Kody Brown show that it wasn't just he who helped her start a new life. Janelle Brown, star of Sister Wives, may have been able to move on with her life after breaking up with Kody Brown, but she also talked more about how Robyn Brown had an impact on her decision to leave the family in recent comments. Throughout her marriage to Kody, which lasted for roughly 30 years, Janelle was the most practical and dependable of the original trio of wives. Janelle's ability to manage the family's finances was infinitely valuable, and when Robyn arrived, she noticed that things were rapidly changing. She wasn't in the position to compare herself to Meri Brown or Christine Brown. Robyn's spending habits have never been discussed in detail by Janelle in the past, but now that she and Kody are divorcing, Janelle is not holding back any of her feelings for the sake of politeness. Despite the fact that Sister Wives Season 19 featured a breaking point between the two sides of the Coyote Pass sale, with Janelle and Meri on one side and Kody and Robyn on the other, it has been abundantly clear that Janelle and Meri are more in the right regarding their sale of the land. With so much turmoil, Janelle's sharing her true feelings. Janelle discussed the difficulties faced by the family. Since Sister Wives has revealed more about Kody and Robyn's involvement in Coyote Pass, the show has made it clear that they are the bad guys and Christine, Janelle, and Meri are the bigger people. Despite the fact that this may be a little exaggerated in terms of the actual details of their marriage, Kody was in love with Robyn more than he was with any of his previous wives. Knowing that Kody isn't going to hold back, that has been a factor in Janelle's decision to talk about the difficulties the family has faced in the past. Janelle felt more at ease revealing what actually transpired in the early days of Robyn joining the family as Kody has revealed more about how little love he had for his previous wives, which he has recently walked back. Janelle opened up about the fact that she, Christine, and Meri had to make difficult decisions about their lives and families. She shared that Robyn didn't have to struggle during the trying times, when money was scarce and legal issues were pressing, because she didn't have to. On the other hand, Robyn arrived like a well-oiled machine, reaping the benefits of the initial trio's laborious efforts. Robyn did not have to deal with Janelle's arguments with Meri and Christine. Even though Robyn hasn't been a part of the Brown family for a long time, her life has been very different from any of Kody's first wives. Robyn tried to make herself the center of the family rather than trying to comprehend how different her position was as a result of the sacrifices Janelle, Meri, and Christine made in their earlier years with Kody. It makes a lot of sense for Janelle to say that Robyn never had to struggle with them as a family, which is what brought together the original trio. This is especially true when Robyn talks about her early years growing up in the large Brown family. Janelle's transformation was influenced by Robyn. It has become abundantly clear that Robyn played a role in Janelle's decision to leave Kody behind as she has been more forthright in her criticisms of Robyn and Kody. Robyn's influence on the Brown family patriarch hasn't been good for any of his romantic relationships, despite the fact that Kody's overall behavior was the problem. It was made abundantly clear by Janelle's confession to Robyn on Sister Wives that she and Kody were not the only issue in her long-term marriage, and that there was more to her decision to leave. The drama surrounding Sister Wives and the Brown family's tumultuous departure from their dream of a shared life in Flagstaff, Arizona, reached a boiling point in 2025 with the sale of their infamous Coyote Pass property. Once envisioned as a sacred family compound where 4 wives and a gaggle of children would live in unity, the land instead became a monument to fractured relationships, broken promises, and Kody Brown's failed leadership. When Kody impulsively relocated the family from Las Vegas to Flagstaff in 2018, He claimed the move was in the family's best interest. But hindsight has shown that decision to be the start of a long and painful unraveling. The patriarch's mismanagement of both the financial and emotional investments tied to the Coyote Pass land underscores his inability to lead fairly or with foresight. Ultimately, it was his poor handling of the land's payout